In the years ahead, Earth gets invaded by space creatures called the Souls. They take over most people's bodies to create a world where everyone has to be honest and kind. But not everyone likes this change. Some folks start a fight to stay free. As time goes by, bad stuff like cruelty and hunger almost disappear, and everyone gets nicer. People start being really honest and caring. But things aren't the same because the Souls control most humans now. They've got weird eyes and made people follow without feelings. Even with this new way, some folks just won't accept it. Melanie Strider really didn't want these alien parasites taking over. When they captured her, she faced a scary choice: she might become one of them. But she was dead set on dodging that fate. So, she took a brave step to escape. Melanie made a daring move, jumping from a height, ready to sacrifice herself, frustrating the aliens' plans. They lost control of her exceptional body, but their disappointment didn't last long. The Seeker, one of the aliens, noticed a slight movement in Melanie's finger, impressed by her resilience. They decided to take her to a skilled healer. The healer worked wonders, placing a new soul named the Wanderer into Melanie's body. Surprisingly, the next day, Melanie woke up fully conscious, revealing a shocking truth: her own soul hadn't disappeared, it was still within her. The Seeker explained their planet's tough situation and the need to stop resistance groups. Melanie struggled, trying hard to resist the Wanderer's influence, but eventually, the alien's presence became overwhelming, and the Wanderer took control. The Wanderer then informed the Seeker about Melanie's past. Her family initially escaped the invasion, but her father tragically took his life to evade capture. Since then, Melanie had been wandering aimlessly. Melanie strongly opposed being called by her name, but the alien, mistaking her for her younger brother, insisted on calling her Jeremy Strider. As time passed, the Wanderer adjusted to life on Earth, attempting to persuade Melanie not to resist, claiming they were making the planet better. However, Melanie viewed them as harmful rather than helpful. Once, while Melanie was in a house, a boy named Jared discovered she was human. He was thrilled and even gave her a kiss. Despite Melanie's attempt to leave, Jared insisted that she and her brother come to his house. The Wanderer had vivid dreams about these events and grew curious about Melanie's connection to Jared. At one point, someone took the Wanderer's drawing pencil, but she proudly displayed a picture she had drawn of Jared, indicating that Melanie and her brother were staying at his place. Later, delving into Melanie's thoughts, the Wanderer recalled how the Seekers discovered the same house where people were gathering to flee to safety. Jared had gathered supplies and left Melanie and her brother at an empty hotel. It was during this time that the Seekers captured Melanie after seeing her drawings of distinctive mountain shapes. The Wanderer swiftly sketched the shapes and hid the paper, despite Melanie's urging to erase it, given the absence of a trash can. The Seeker persistently questioned Melanie, but gleaned no new information. Over time, the Wanderer listened to Melanie's thoughts and shielded her visions from the probing Seeker. Unexpectedly, the Seeker mentioned seeing Jared and growing closer to him. Melanie resisted, but the Seeker immobilized her with a special gas. Melanie learned her soul would be moved to a more compliant body the next day, with the Seeker taking her place. Determined, the Wanderer sought her healer but discovered he had been relocated. Fueled by resolve, Melanie took control during a moment of distraction, issuing instructions. Capitalizing on the Seeker's brief distraction, the Wanderer slipped away from the clinic. Approaching a passerby, she asked to borrow his car, and he agreed willingly. The aliens, bound by honesty, always aided each other. The alien aimed to find her healer's new location, but Melanie redirected her course. While the Seeker searched Melanie's room, she found the crumpled paper again. The Wanderer witnessed Melanie's memories of Jared and felt very sad. Suddenly, the Nomad recognized a familiar mountain range and realized Melanie had tricked her. This made the Nomad angry because she genuinely wanted to help, but humans don't always choose logical paths. Despite the Nomad trying to turn back, Melanie strongly refused, and their vehicle went out of control, crashing off the road. Melanie stepped out and told the Nomad to leave quickly, warning that pursuers would soon be after them. Meanwhile, the hunter discovered something important about the mountains in the illustration. As the young woman crossed the dry desert, her strength weakened, and the tracker found her wrecked vehicle. Fortunately, her uncle arrived, offering her a drink. However, when she opened her eyes, those around her sensed she wasn't the same species. A man wanted to harm her, and even her aunt scolded her harshly. But her uncle stepped in and saved her, keeping her safe despite others disagreeing. They found shelter in caves where many survivors were hiding. When Jared saw Melanie, he reacted badly, not able to accept that an alien was inside someone he loved. Melanie's brother defended her and took her to a protected underground place. Melanie knew that humans couldn't understand their shared existence, and she was in danger of being killed. She said sorry for the confusion. Some boys thought she was dangerous and almost hurt her, but a gunshot stopped them. Uncle Jeb protected her and was ready to use force to keep her safe. He was determined to figure out this unusual situation. Most aliens stopped looking for Melanie, except for one who kept searching. Meanwhile, a guy named Jeremy asked about Melanie, but she only shared her name. Jared went away with him, and surprisingly, Ian, who wanted to protect human identity, joined the Wanderer. Later, Uncle Jeb guided the Wanderer through an underground marvel, a secret place hidden from the rest of the world. After a talk with Jeremy, he suggested calling her Wanda for short. The people in this hidden haven relied on the sun, water, and a dormant volcano for their energy. Jeb also showed Wanda a tricky spot where the water vanished underground, warning her to be cautious when bathing. As the boys prepared for a risky journey to the city, unaware that the Seeker had called for a helicopter, flying over the mountain ridge. Meanwhile, Uncle Jeb revealed a special wheat field that ripened thanks to mirrors bringing sunlight underground. Jeb couldn't fully grasp Wanda's true intentions and believed people, especially Melanie, wouldn't give up without a fight. Jeremy observed silently, lost in thought. Suddenly, the helicopter's engine roared to life, and Jeb quickly turned off the mirror systems. Everyone, including Wanda, rushed to help. The Seeker glimpsed something briefly, but it vanished, and the pilot confirmed there was no one below. The helicopter departed, leaving the people still anxious about a possible alien return. Jeb assigned Jeremy to watch over Wanda, but the curious boy had different plans. He took Wanda to a cave where they could enjoy the starry sky, which turned out to be fireflies easily frightened by noise. This cave held special significance for the boy, providing a view of the open sky. Intrigued, he asked Wanda about what happened to Melanie. Though hesitant, Wanda eventually shared the secret, urging him to keep it quiet for now. Meanwhile, the group sent to the city loaded up their cars with supplies and began the journey back. Jeb requested everyone's help with the harvest, but Melanie noticed Ian paying attention to Wanda. Melanie warned Wanda not to be distracted by Ian, but he offered Melanie water, showing his interest. Suddenly, Jeremy accidentally injured himself with a sharp tool, and a helicopter appeared seemingly out of nowhere. People quickly closed the mirrors to hide from the Seeker, who was searching for them. However, it appeared the Seeker had already spotted their cars on the road and stopped one of the supply groups. During the pursuit, two boys crashed their truck into concrete blocks, causing a collision. The other vehicles continued, drawing the Seeker's attention. Meanwhile, Wanda shared her knowledge about interstellar travel with the humans, emphasizing how aliens brought peace and harmony to different planets. As the Seeker's car caught up with Jared's truck, a confrontation led to gunfire and a strategic collision, resulting in the accidental death of another soul. This tragedy made the other Seekers stop their search. In the midst of this, Wanda revealed an astonishing truth. She was over 1,000 years old. Despite traveling to many places, she found Earth the most beautiful. However, when the boys returned, they once again tried to harm Wanda. Jeremy accidentally revealed that Melanie was still within Wanda and could feel everything. Jeb also believed this, and Jared decided to leave. On a different note, Ian offered Wanda a place to stay in his room, wanting to protect her. This showed his trust, and Wanda admitted that sharing the same body had its challenges. That night, Jared had a dream about Melanie and went looking for her in Ian's room, hoping she might be there. Wanda was scared to say it, but when Jared kissed her and she pushed him away, he thought Melanie was still inside her. Later, Wanda ran away to an underground river, where Kyle found her and wanted to harm her. In a moment of panic, she accidentally pushed him into the water but then called for help. They got help, and even though she didn't tell the truth, Jeb understood and warned Kyle to stay away from her. After that, Jared and Kyle went into the city. Meanwhile, Ian took Wanda out and confessed his feelings for her. Inside her, Melanie was upset, but Wanda admitted that even though Melanie's body was made to love Jared, she had her own feelings. They shared a kiss, and Wanda thought that Ian truly cared for her, although she feared he might be scared if he found out the truth. Wanda went to the infirmary and found out something shocking. The doctor was doing experiments to remove souls from humans, causing deaths. The shocking discovery made Wanda run away, refusing to accept what she saw as terrible actions. She even refused to eat until Jeb convinced her that they had a right to this world and wanted it back. Wanda thought there were better ways to convince the souls to leave. But when she heard about Jeremy's worsening health, she hurried to the infirmary, worried about Melanie, who hadn't spoken for 3 days. Wanda asked Ian to kiss her, hoping it might make Melanie respond, but it didn't work. Ian brought Jared, who had once caused a strong reaction in Melanie, with a kiss. Finally, this made Melanie speak. She learned about Jeremy's illness and asked Wanda for help, so Wanda went to the hospital. There, she hurt herself slightly to get what she needed from the doctor. Wanda carefully observed the doctor and managed to take the necessary medicines. On her way back, she found a capsule used to store souls. When Wanda got back to their hideout, she used the stolen medicines to help Jeremy. She joined the humans in gathering supplies, but they were ambushed by Seekers one day. Jeb quickly dealt with the Seeker, and they provided medical help. Wanda, curious about why the Seekers were so determined to chase her, decided to talk to the injured Seeker. The Seeker explained that a weak soul could be a big problem for their mission, and more Seekers would come after them. Wanda suggested teaching Doc how to properly remove souls, but with the condition that he would later remove her from Melanie's body and end her life. Doc reluctantly agreed. Wanda also asked for the release of the extracted souls since they couldn't go back to Earth. She demonstrated the process by removing a soul from the Seeker's body, and she asked Ian to hold her hand during this unique moment. When the woman on the table woke up, she introduced herself as Lacey. For years, she had been struggling to communicate that her human soul was still alive and fighting against the invader. This was why she had hesitated to let go of Melanie. Wanda decided to send the extracted soul to a distant planet and shared her decision with those around her, expressing her desire to leave for good. Wanda grew to love everyone around her and understood how much they missed Melanie. Ian bravely told Wanda he loved her, and she jokingly teased him, saying Melanie left so she could have an excuse to kiss him goodbye. Wanda also shared her tiredness with Doc, talking about the many lives she lived and how hard it was to leave everyone. She told Doc she loved Melanie like a sister, and in return, Melanie called Wanda the purest soul in the universe. Time passed, and one day, Wanda heard her name. She opened her eyes and saw familiar faces, including Melanie. Humans had learned to take souls out, but sometimes bodies didn't come back to life. They put Wanda's soul into one of those bodies, saving her. Now, with her own body, Wanda could be with Ian while Melanie reunited with Jared. Months later, Wanda, Melanie, Ian, and Jared were captured. Just when it seemed there was no way out, they realized they were held by humans, including a Seeker who, like Wanda, had joined the human side. And that's the end of the movie. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers.